Good afternoon, everybody. We are on the air from the beautiful town of Palm Springs, California. I'm Danny Maha alongside Evan Schmeizer, and we are ready to bring you another edition of California Winter League Baseball. Today's last game of the day will be a battle between the British Columbia Bombers and the Palm Springs Power. Evan, both teams trying to get out of the last place position in their respective divisions. What can we expect today?
Well, for one, I'm very excited too. We're getting to the point where we're entering the second week and we're seeing starting pitchers start making their second start of the season. And you have two guys in Trey Valka for the Power, who's warming up right now, and Trey Jones for British Columbia, who are excellent in their first outing. So I'm curious to see what kind of tone they're able to set.
All right, we're just about set to go. As you said, Trey Valka on the mound for the Power. And the starting lineup for the British Columbia Bombers. Dylan Smith will DH. He'll lead it off. Shuto Yamada is in left field. McCain Mason will do the catching. Hitting fourth, Jordan Smith. He's got a couple of home runs already this winter. He'll play first base. Junior Coleman plays center. Jonathan Hall-Thompson over at second base. Seventh hitters Michael Rodriguez, the shortstop. Garrett Gonzalez, third base. And to round it out for the Bombers, Taichi Murakami is in right field. A beautiful day once again here in Palm Springs, about 80 degrees. Not a lot of wind going on. If anything, it's blowing into left center. And we're ready to go.
Leading off for the Bombers, number 31, Dylan Smith.
So Dylan Smith will lead it off for the Bombers. He's from Salem, Illinois. 27-year-old. Kishwaukee College as he takes a ball for the first pitch of the ball game, 1-0. Quickly back up there is Valka. Here's the 1-0. That one's in there for strike one, 1-1 now. Next one's inside, 2-1 on Smith. Smith also spent some time at Indiana and the Malone Border Hounds. Next pitch swung on and foul tipped into the glove. It's 2-2. Center fielder Vinson playing a little bit in here. Rest of the fielders pretty straight up. 2-2 inside. 3-2 now. Valka ready. He winds and delivers the payoff. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball right down the middle. Was too much for Smith, so one away here. No score, top of the first.
Our last fastball came in at 92, and I'm pretty sure at this point that would be the hardest fastball clocked on for a stadium game over the first week of the CWL. I'm very curious to see what we see from Valka, especially back-to-back outings against strong lineups in the Grizzly and the Bombers.
And the first pitch to Yamada, the left fielder, is called for a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Valka delivers. That one's fouled. In and out of the glove of the catcher, Rudy. 0-2 quickly for Valka. Sets with those feet together. Starts his wind with that glove near his face. Brings it down to the belt and delivers. That one's down low. It's 1-2 now. Yamada, the left fielder, hits from the left-handed batter's box. 1-2, fouled away sharply, and we'll do it again.
Yamada's a tough guy to deal with at the plate. You have the speed factor, always want to keep him off the bases. And he's just one of those guys where he keeps his bat in the zone for a long time and makes a lot of contact. Even just that foul ball, just putting the bat there and spraying it away.
Another 1-2 up high on the fastball. 2-2 now. Sun will start to get difficult for the left side of the field. on defense. Big looping curveball catches the outside edge for called strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down for Valka. And 1 strikeout, swinging, 1 looking. Here's the 3-hitter Mason. He'll do the catching today for the Bombers.
That's a very good breaking ball from Trey, and especially just a steady dosage of 90, 92 on the fastball, and just right on the down and away black.
First pitch, chopped over to third on the backhand, picked up by Paulson, throws it over, making the tag is Walsh, and they got him. What a play over there by Paulson to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors to start this game for Valka. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Back for the bottom of the first inning here from Palm Springs. The Palm Springs Power will start with Walsh, the first baseman, and then Chase Vincent plays center field. 3 hitters, Jack Paulson, the third baseman, who just made a nice play. Brock Rudy will do the catching and hit 4th. Xiao Pin Ho is the second baseman. Jimmy Kramer in left. Brandon Erb in right. 8th hitter is Joseph Bagneries. He'll play short. And the 9th hitter, last minute lineup change, number 10, Pinon Lin will be the DH.
This is the Power lineup that's looking to get the bats moving, frankly. Coming in, only hitting a .184, finding ways to win with their pitching. Of course, a tough assignment for them with Trey Jones on the mound.
Oh, Trey Jones working from the stretch. First pitch is low, 1-0 on Walsh. Don't see a first baseman hit leadoff very often. Swing and a miss from Walsh. It's 1-1. Rizzo would do it for the Cubbies a few years ago when he was with them.
Well, he ran the bases extremely well, too. He made a lot of contact, frankly.
Here's the 1-1 to Walsh. That one's cracked foul. It's 1-2 now.
Well, then Walsh has also seen the ball very well. 4 for 9 to get things started with a double. Just over the course of this first week, it just seems like he always has a sound plan when he's at the plate, regardless of the count, regardless of the inning.
Here's the 1-2. Oh, that one bounces about 5 feet in front of the plate. So it's 2-2 on Walsh. Chase Vincent on deck. And Paulson in the hole. Here comes the 2-2. That one's hit deep into left field. Back goes Yamada into the corner. Foul. It one-hops the wall. That wind is starting to pick up towards the left field line. So that could have had something to do with that ball not staying fair. It'll be 2-2 again.
Yeah, especially from our angle, that looked like it could have easily been trouble. And like I said before, the ball's been jumping off the bat of Walsh. And the outfielder's rightfully moving back a little bit.
Walsh comes back down the first base line, grabs his bat, and steps back in. Here's another 2-2. That one's high and deep into right. But actually not so deep. In comes Murakami, the right fielder, and makes an easy grab. One away. So a loud foul ball. And then a pop up to right for Walsh. Here's Vinson. Chase Vinson out of Cumming, Georgia. And played some community college ball at Danville area. And then Moorhead State. First pitch to him, down low and outside, 1-0. Here's the pitch from Jones. That one catches the outside edge. Count even, 1-1.
It's a very comfortable looking 91-93 on the fastball from Trey Jones.
Yeah, a couple of hard throwing pitchers we got today. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2 now.
Although a very straight looking fastball too. So you have to wonder how the power will time him up first time through the order.
Here's the 1-2. That one's up high. 2-2 now. Now initially I thought Jones starts in the stretch, but he makes the ever so slight step back with his left foot. So it's kind of like a quarter of a wind. Here's a 2-2. That one's foul. We'll do it again.
I always get a kick out of some of those guys who do something out of the windup just for the sake of working out of the windup.
Yeah, right. He barely moves that left foot back and then lifts the leg. A slight rocking motion. Here's another 2-2. That one's hit foul down the left field line and out of play.
And frankly, so much of that stuff, whether it's the way you set up in the box or the way you set up on the mound, comes down to who your favorite player was or how your dad did it.
Yeah, I used to rock the Alfonso Soriano batting stance when I was really young, when he was still on the Cubs. Here's a 2-2 again. On the outside edge, called for strike 3. And Vincent didn't like it too much, but that'll be out number 2.
And that's important for both Jones and Valka to keep an eye on. As has been commonly the case, that a few inches off the plate with the left-handed hitters looks like it's open for business today.
So here's Paulson. Saw him make a really nice backhanded play in the top half of this inning. He takes the ball outside, 1-0. Jones ready, winds and delivers. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 1-1.
I think that's one that Paulson's going to want back. He timed up that fastball pretty well and fairly center cut, just pulled off ever so slightly.
Here's the 1-1. That one's fouled sharply down the right field line, out of play. Wind's starting to pick up out in center. Kind of blowing from right field line to left field line. 1-2 on Paulson, the third baseman. 2 down, no score, bottom of the first. That one's down low, 2-2.
And now could be a good time for Jones to try and elevate one of those fastballs. Everything's been down, down, and away to Paulson, so could be a good time to change the eye levels.
Jones deals. Inside, we go full.
That was over the black, too. I think the only reason Jones didn't get the call was because his catcher, Mason, ended up having to shift from setting up outside to throwing the glove back to the inner half.
Here's the payoff. Another foul ball, out of play. We'll do it again. Rudy, the catcher, waits on deck. Power have shown some good hitting in their first couple games this winter. Another payoff. Swinging a foul right back at the plate. So 3-2, 2 down. Nobody has scored yet here in the bottom of the first. And no hits for either side. Jones gets his sign. He's ready. Another payoff. Another foul ball. Good battle here from Paulson.
I might try and go back inside if I'm Jones. I know the first one was unintentional, but at this point, Paulson might be starting to lean over the plate a little with everything being away.
Another 3-2. Big curveball, just high.
Oh.
So a great at-bat there for Paulson. And the Power have a runner on with 2 away.
I'm surprised Jones didn't get the call. It was right over the plate, too. It wasn't even one of those where it was on the edge of the box. And that time, McCain Mason behind the plate. There wasn't any crazy movement going on. Perhaps the curveball fooled everybody at the plate, hitter and home plate umpire.
So here's Rudy. He bats from the left side. He takes a strike on the inside. It's 0-1.
That's a very important called strike that Jones got, especially borderline, right on the black. Very important to get that inside pitch in your favor.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 90 miles an hour right down the pipe. Jones challenging the power hitters here early. Going to make them prove that they can hit his fastball. 0-2, 2 away in the bottom of the first. Kick and the pitch. More of a slide step. That one's cued foul. 0-2.
There's a lot of pitchers who might lose a couple miles when they go through the slide step, but still coming in at 92 from Jones.
Jones sets, and the pitch is popped up. Gonzalez chasing, so is Rodriguez, the shortstop. Gonzalez under it, can't make the catch, and it lands foul. Really tough play over there in no man's land. So we'll have another 0-2 pitch coming to Rudy.
And Michael Rodriguez probably would have had the best shot at that coming in from the shortstop position. Very difficult play for a corner infielder when you're running with your back directly to the infield. And I think Rodriguez kind of tailed off in favor of his third baseman, Gonzalez, but needs to be a little more aggressive on those, taking charge as the shortstop.
So here comes the 0-2 to Rudy. That one's down low. Runner goes. A little delayed steal there from Paulson, and he gets into scoring position. Good heads-up base running there from Paulson.
Normally a very sure-handed Mason, but a poor play that time as the ball only slightly bounced away. He got caught flat on his feet, kind of lazily going after it. And got to give Paulson credit for taking advantage of that.
1-2, 2 away. Here's the pitch. That one's cued to first this time, down the line, foul. No score. Bottom of the first inning here in our last game of the day. Jones checks on Paulson and deals. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball outside edge. So both of these pitchers for each team's throwing low 90s and beating guys on fastballs down the middle. We go to the second inning. 0-0 is the score. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Sluggers Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Welcome back. We're in the top of the first inning from Palm Springs. Valka back out there after 3 up, 3 down first inning. Jordan Smith will lead it off, the first baseman for the Bombers. And first pitch to Smith, up and in. It's 1-0. So the defense for the Power today. Left field, Jimmy Kramer. Center field, Chase Vinson. And over and right is Brandon Erb. Here's the 1-0. That one's up and in again. And the umpire at first base says no swing. It's 2-0. The third base is Jack Paulson. Shortstop, Joseph Bagneres. Second base, Xiao Pin Ho. And at first base, Daniel Walsh, as that one's fouled. 2-1. Doing the catching is Brock Rudy, and of course up on the mound, the big, hard-throwing right-hander Trey Valka. Flag's really starting to pick up now. Jordan Smith, pair of home runs already this winter. Trying to get one up in the jet stream possibly here. That one's outside, 3-1.
And Jordan Smith has been off to a hot start, going 3 for 7, a double and a home run. Problem is, he's hardly had any base runners when he's come to the plate.
A 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Counts full now. Valka gets the sign. And Rudy directing his fielders. Directing his first and second baseman. Valka ready again. Here comes the payoff. That one's on the hands, fouled into the net.
And it's been virtually all hard stuff coming out of the right arm of Valka, and a couple late swings from Smith, so I'd go right back to a fastball and get it on his hands.
Another payoff. That one's popped up behind first base. Erb coming in, Walsh over there, comes back in, and he makes the catch. Almost like a one-handed basket catch right there from Walsh. And that retires Smith. 1 out.
Some bizarre stuff going on with the breeze. If you look to center, it almost looks like it's blowing right to left, but then the flags down the right field line are coming straight in. So Walsh initially was going back, and then the wind just got a hold of it and brought it in.
So here's Coleman, the center fielder. Junior's played a really good center field thus far as he takes one outside ball 1. No score, top of the second inning. There's the pitch. That one's fouled into the net. 1-1.
And it's a very nice tempo from Valka, standing tall and strong up on the mound. Not quite going as quickly as other guys, but he looks very comfortable, and he's repeating his motion really well.
Here comes the 1-1. And Coleman takes a strike on the outside edge. 1-2.
Even on that breaking ball, the release point was the exact same as his fastball, as he kind of whips it and slingshots from behind his head.
Here's the 1-2. And Coleman manages to fight it off. We'll do it again.
Seems like it's pretty difficult to pick up the ball against Valka. As I said, kind of holds his arm behind his back, whips it from behind his head, so 92 starts to look a little more like 96.
Another 1-2. Coleman rips one down the line in right, fair ball. So base hit for Coleman, and he gets things started for the Bombers here in the top of the second. First hit of the game for either side. Here's Jonathan Hall-Thompson, the second baseman. A lot of speed on the bases for this Bombers team. Valka working from the stretch for the first time today. He deals a ball just a bit outside. 1-0. Coleman with a regular lead there at first. Takes an extra step. Now he goes. Throw down to second. Not even close to in time. So a great jump there by Coleman, and he steals second base.
It was a very good effort from Brock Rudy behind the plate. Getting the low throw, a quick transfer, but just way too much speed from Coleman and a very good head-first slide.
And Coleman also kind of was close to the bag when Valka looked at him and then took a couple extra steps and took off. That one swung out and missed. It's 2-1 now.
And a stolen base like that from Junior, as he inches his way off initially, that's one of those where he just timed up Valka really well.
Here's the 2-1. That one's grounded softly to third base. Picking it up is Paulson. Throwing to first, he got him. Paulson with two great plays to start this game. And there's two away now with a man on third.
This is a really good tandem we're seeing at the hot corner for this power team. We've gotten pretty used to seeing Danny Walsh making all sorts of plays over there, and Paulson made that look as smooth as it could get, coming in, gloving it, especially some of the divots that you see on the grass too.
So here's Rodriguez, the shortstop. And he'll try to get Coleman in to break the tie. First pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. Michael Rodriguez with an open stance, rests the bat on his shoulders, and takes a strike. So quickly 0-2 on Rodriguez. Valka trying to stop any sort of damage here early. The 0-2. Swung on and missed on a big breaking ball on the outside edge. So Valka records his third strikeout of the game. One left on base, one hit, no runs. We go to the bottom of the second. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Back for the bottom half of the second inning. Second baseman will lead it off for the Power here. Be Xiaopin Ho. And the first pitch is in there on the outside edge, 0-1. Jones back out there. Started with a couple Ks. Did walk a man, but stranded him on second. Next pitch is on the outside edge again, 0-2.
Jones's command is excellent. He is dotting up the black on both sides of the plate.
The 0-2. That one's sharply fouled down the right field line and out of play.
So he painted one 2 pitches ago right on the outer half and then went inside on Xiaopin Ho.
Using the whole batter's box. That one's up high, 1-2. Using the whole strike zone is Jones.
And that's a good 0-2 waste pitch, too. A little bit up and above the strike zone, change the eye levels up.
Here's the 1-2. That one's barely fouled back into the screen. No score, bottom of the second, and nobody out. Wind up and the 1-2. That one's a curveball up high, 2-2.
The curveball was the right idea, but just need to get it down in the zone, maybe down in the way, especially after 2 high fastballs in a row to set him up.
Here's the pitch. That one's cracked deep into center field. Coleman going back. He's not going to get there, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Ho gets all of that one, and he's going to, he thought about trying for third as the ball trickled in past the cutoff man, but he's back to second safely with a double.
Well, a good piece of hitting from Xiaopin Ho, but if you're Trey Jones, 3 out of 4 straight pitches up in the strike zone and 3 out of 4 fastballs also up in the zone. So you give a hitter enough chances with the same pitch in the same spot, they're going to make the adjustment, and that's exactly what happened with Ho.
First pitch to Kramer, the left fielder, is right down the middle, 0-1. So Power threatening here with nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. Erb on deck is the right fielder. The 0-1, way late on it, was Kramer, and look out in the Bomber dugout.
And fortunate of those Bombers players. Looks like just about everyone down there is kind of perched up above the railing as opposed to being in front of it. Power, on the other hand, they're all in front of their railing down the third base line.
Here comes the 0-2. That one's a fastball up high, 1-2.
This is 2 straight hitters where Jones has worked ahead 0-2, gone with a high fastball. He needs to execute that breaking pitch or the changeup down.
Jones checks on the runner and deals. That one's fouled away again. So Ho on second after the loud double over the head of center fielder Coleman. Here's the pitch. That one's up high, 2-2.
Well, if I'm a power hitter right now, I'm almost going to eliminate the knees in the strike zone, because even that's 3 straight breaking pitches that not able to get the downward action on it. Jones just left it up.
Here's the 2-2. Ooh, and that hits him right on the elbow. So Jones still struggling with that breaking ball. Can't get it to break enough. And Kramer is aboard with a walk.
Up to bat, number 1, Brandon Erb.
Here's Brandon Erb, and he's got a chance to put his team on top here early with nobody out. First pitch to him is outside, 1-0. Herb, a lanky left-handed hitter, kind of swings similar to Ichiro Suzuki, if you know how he swings. That one's outside 2-0. He kind of comes out of the box towards first base when he swings.
This would also be a good time for Herb to pick up his first hit with a man in scoring position.
Here's the 2-0. Big swing and a miss. It's 2-1. It's almost less like Ichiro and more like an old school, 1940s, 50s, 60s type of swing where they got all their weight on the front side of them after the swing. That's kind of how Herb's is. 2-1 is down low. 3-1 now.
Well, with it being a 3-1 count, based on what we've seen the past few hitters, I'd look for something up in the zone if I'm Brandon Herb.
Yeah, and Jones wants a new baseball. No score, bottom of the second inning. Couple of guys on first and second. Nobody out. Here comes the 3-1. Big swing and a miss on a pitch that was on the outside edge. Counts full now. Herb just trying to put a ball in play now. Here's the pitch. That one's sharply foul. Just over the netting and out of play. 3-2. This is the end of the Powers order. Another foul ball. Herb continues to fight.
It's a good battle he's pulling up, just spoiling those fastballs.
3-2. Nobody out. Herb trying to get a base hit, maybe a run. 3-2 up the middle, through the infield. Here comes Kramer. He will be caught at the plate. What a throw by Coleman in center. So a base hit, runners advance, except for, or actually that's Ho, who got thrown out at home, and we got an out and no runs yet.
Well, first of all, just a great piece of hitting from Herb. Finally getting one of those fastballs up in the zone, able to get the bat around on it and serve it through the middle. But an even better play from Coleman, just coming up firing in center field on the fly. I mean, that was a strike, but coming in from the center field position.
So the manager for the Bombers will come out to talk to Jones after the base hit. Second hit of the game for the Power. And what a throw by Coleman out in center there, right on the money.
Well, we've talked so much about how good the catchers were and have been through this first week, but a lot of good arms in the outfield, and Junior Coleman is one of those guys where you don't really want to run on him if you can avoid it.
So after the conference on the mound, Jones has an out, but still two runners on, second and third. Trying to limit any sort of damage here. Corners will be in. First baseman Smith moving back a little bit. Gonzalez will play just about even. First pitch to Bagneris. He's called the strike on the inside edge. 0-1.
Still a really good opportunity for the Power on that throw coming in from Coleman. Both runners able to advance. So a ground ball would get you a run.
There's the 0-1. Curveball in the dirt. 1-1. Left fielder Yamada playing in here in case a base hit goes to left.
A little surprised how shallow he's playing, especially on his pull side.
There's the 1-1. That one's in there for strike two. 1-2. One away. Bottom of the second. no score, but the Power threatening. Here's the 1-2. That one's popped up to third base. Battling the sun is Gonzalez. He calls him off and makes the catch. So 2 down now. And a big 2 outs for Jones. Now he can really settle in and focus on the hitter.
You can't ask for anything more than that if you're a Bombers faithful. I mean, getting a pop-up with an infield back and a man on third, less than 2 outs. With all the damage, you have a chance to get out of this unscathed.
Here's a DH Lynn. He swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Jones with a walk, came back from that and gotten out. This inning, hit by pitch. Let's see if he can come back and limit the damage. That one's inside, 1-1. Lynn awaits the pitch. Here it is. That one's foul into the net, 1-2.
That's a couple very well-placed fastballs we just saw from Trey Jones. Getting it up and towards the inner half, towards the right-handed hitters.
Here's the 1-2. That one's down low in the dirt on a fastball. 2-2 now. 2 outs, no score, bottom of the second. Man on second and third for the Power. They're threatening. Here's the pitch to Lynn. That one just low. So the count moves full.
That was close, but the box did have it low. I do love that. I do love TrackMan. I love having the strike zone right here and all the information on the pitches.
Here comes the payoff. Swing and a miss. He got him. Jones escapes. The Power's threatening. And we go to the top of the third. No score. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Top of the third inning here from Palm Springs Stadium. And the Bombers back at the plate. Gonzalez will lead it off, the third baseman. First pitch is a changeup. Swung on and missed, 0-1. Balka last inning stranded a runner on third base and escaped. He's got 3 strikeouts already. That one's called strike on the inside corner. It's 0-2.
Gonzalez didn't look too happy about it, but it was in the zone.
Next pitch is a ball. It's 1-2. Action in the pen for the Bombers. It is Alex Soboginski out there getting loose. Valka wipes off the ball and steps on the rubber. He's ready for the 1-2. Here comes the pitch. And it's outside, 2-2 now.
Well, that's back-to-back uncompetitive pitches well off the plate to the left-handed hitter. Try and get that release point back if you're Valka.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That looked like a changeup that tailed away from the left-handed hitter Gonzalez. And there's one away.
Well, that pitch had all sorts of crazy life on it. It still came in at 91, but as you said, Danny, a lot of tail action.
So one away. Here's Murakami, the right fielder. He takes a ball outside, 1-0. Valka winds and delivers. Outside, 2-0.
It might be helpful if Brock Rudy behind the plate sets up on the inner half, especially since Valka is struggling to find it, missing in the right-handed batter's box.
The 2-0 is inside this time. It's 3-0. And back to that strikeout pitch on Gonzalez. I mean, it was fast. The only reason I thought it was a changeup was because of how much movement was on it. That's some crazy stuff coming out of Valka as he delivers a strike. 3-1. Here's the pitch. That one's chopped softly to the pitcher. Valka's going to pick it up. Off balance throw. It's going to get away from Walsh. So Murakami into second. The throw is wide. And I got to imagine that's an error on the pitcher, Valka. Error on the throw. I'm not sure if he would have made it to first base had the throw been good.
Curious to see what Jesse, our scorekeeper, has to say on that one. Oh,
That's what I would have said. A hit and then an error on the throw, allowing him to get to second. Here's the leadoff hitter, Dylan Smith. He swings and misses. It's 0-1.
Well, so that goes down as the second hit of the day for the Bombers.
Next pitch, breaking ball up high. So man on second. Still no score here in the top of the third. The Bombers threatening now with one out. Murakami dancing over there, leading off second. That one's outside. 2-1.
I think Trey just overthrew that one. Kind of lost his release point, fell a bit off balance after he let it go, and the pitch wasn't close. Reel it back in and execute a pitch on a 1-2 count.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Throw back to second is not in time. But a big out for Valka on the mound. And now it's Yamada, the left fielder.
That was a fantastic 1-2 pitch, especially after pulling a ball way outside of the zone. Came right back, very top of the strike zone with a firm 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and he got the swing and miss.
First pitch to Yamada is way outside, 1-0. 2 hits apiece so far. And the first error of the game was Valka missing first base a moment ago. Here's the 1-0. Big swing and a miss, 1-1. Murakami still dancing out there at second, trying to get in ahead of Valka. Valka gets his sign, takes a look towards second. Takes another, now delivers. That one's outside, 2-1.
So that time he tried the changeup, but just let it go way too early.
5 strikeouts for Valka thus far. And a long look at Murakami at second. Another ball way outside, 3-1.
A bit of frustration for Trey with a couple of these misses as he snapped the ball back. Might need to slow down a little as he raises his leg up. Might be rushing that delivery just a little bit.
3-1 pitch is fouled away and out of play. Counts full now. 3-2, 2 away, no score. Top of the third inning.
And that was a lot better on the previous pitch. He slowed it down, was able to get to that full high point on his leg kick, and made a much better pitch.
Valka delivers the payoff, trapped right back to him off of his glove, and that's going to be a hit for Yamada. A tough play, one hopped right at Valka the pitcher, and he just couldn't handle it initially. Runners on the corners with 2 away for the Bombers.
Unfortunate for Valka. He did everything right. He made the perfect pitch on the outside corner. The ball wasn't hit all that hard, just the way it came in. Maybe he was expecting it to come in a little quicker, perhaps confused him. It just tipped right off his glove.
So here's Mason, the catcher, in a big spot for the Bombers. He gets plunked. First pitch from Valka. And that open base will now be filled. Bases juiced.
Interesting to see, especially Trey only making his second start of the winter. Nobody up in the power bullpen. Especially dealing with some trouble and fighting his command.
So Rudy will go up to talk to him for a minute and go over the game plan for this last out with the bases loaded. A huge opportunity for the cleanup hitter, Jordan Smith, who is got to be one of the most dangerous guys at the plate in the league. First pitch on the inside edge, but call the ball. It's 1-0.
And we mentioned Smith has not had a lot of chances with guys on base. This is the wrong guy you want up if you're the power.
1-0, big swing and a miss, 1-1.
And Trey ramped it up that time, back up to 93. Little extra to try and work through Jordan.
Here's the 1-1. Smith checks his swing and leaves it outside. It's 2-1.
That's a great take. Able to see the spin early out of the hand of Valka and hold off.
Here's the 2-1. Ooh, a breaking ball. Maybe a changeup there fooled Smith. Counts back even, 2-2.
That's one Smith might want back. A little bit of a hanger. Caught a lot of the plate.
2-2, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Big sweeping curveball called, strike 3 on the outside edge. So Valka strands 3 runners on the bases and gets out of this jam. Still no score. We go to the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Back for the bottom of the third inning from Palm Springs. A new pitcher in for the Bombers. It's Nathan Rubel, the left-hander. And the first pitch to Walsh is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Jones, the starter for the Bombers. 2 innings, no runs, 2 hits. So not a bad outing for him. That one's fouled into the screen. It's 0-2. Rubel out of Cordova, Tennessee, 6'2", 210, the 23-year-old. And went to McPherson College. Here's the 0-2 to Walsh. Breaking ball outside, 1-2. Fans piling in here for the afternoon game. Might be one of the biggest crowds we've had so far. 1-2, swung on and missed. He got him. So Rubel starts off with a K, and there's one away here in the bottom of the third. Here's Chase Vinson, center fielder, struck out looking on a questionable call back in the first. Rubel ready, he deals. And in the dirt, it's 1-0. Rubel with a very over-the-top arm slot. He sets, working exclusively from the stretch. That one's up high, 2-0. Flag's really blowing now, out towards left. More towards the left field corner. Swing and a miss, fouled into the glove actually. It's 2-1. Rubel takes a deep breath and delivers. That one's behind Vinson. So it's 3-1. No score, bottom of the third inning. One away here in Palm Springs. Our third game of the day. Third and final game of the day. Hitter's pitch for Vinson. Here's the pitch. That one's chopped to second. Hall Thompson fumbles it for a second, tries to make the throw. He does, and scooped out of there by Smith. So a scary play there. Looked like an easy chopper, but Hall Thompson took his head off of it for a moment, was able to regather, thankfully. And there's 2 away.
That was a great recovery all the way around. And again, that first hop right off the dirt can make it very difficult on the infielder. So good job by Hall Thompson to stay with it. And, of course, Jordan Smith digging it out of the dirt.
First pitch to Paulson is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Paulson had a walk in his first at-bat, then stole a base. That one's down low, 1-1. Rudy, the catcher, is on deck, hoping to hit with 2 outs. The 1-1, inside, 2-1. Rubel ready. He kicks and delivers. That one's sharply hit down the third base line, foul. 2-2, 2 away, no score here in the bottom of the third. 3 hits for the Bombers, 2 for the Power. Here comes the 2-2. Oh, and that one slips out of the hands of Rubel. And it'll be 3-2.
Just a little bit outside. Happens to everybody once in a while. It really does. Ooh, look at that. Flags are going full tilt from right to left. Haven't seen that too much over the past week.
Here's the payoff. That one's fouled away. We'll do it again. Yeah, that's the most I've seen those flags blow all season in this young season.
Oh, it's almost perplexing to see it, at least just the angle the breeze is coming in. We're not feeling any of it.
Rubel ready for another payoff pitch. Here it is. And that one's inside, ball 4. So after a strikeout and a 4-3 putout, Rubel walks him and Rudy comes to the plate.
Up to bat, number 24, Brock Rudy.
Brock Rudy struck out swinging on a hard fastball from Jones back in the first inning.
Well, and Rudy's not going to get any favors with a lefty-on-lefty matchup. You can even see in his practice swing, trying to keep that front shoulder in.
First pitch to him is swung on and missed, a breaking ball. It's 0-1. Paulson leads off at first. Rubel checks on him and goes. And that one's a called strike on the outside edge. 0-2 quickly on Rudy. Two away, 0-2 on Rudy the catcher. Still no score, bottom of the third. Swung and a miss, strike 3. So a good finish for Rubel after the walk, and we go to the 4th inning, still no score. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball. Start of the 4th inning from Palm Springs. Junior Coleman will lead it off for the Bombers. And Trey Valka back up there for his 4th inning of work. He's already got 6 Ks on the day. First pitch to Coleman on the outside corner. Strike one, 0-1. Coleman had a single last inning, or 2 innings ago.
Oh.
And that one's down low, apparently. It's 1-1.
I mean, I can't see it on TrackMan, but that looked like a pretty good pitch from up here.
Here comes the 1-1. Coleman chops one to short. Over comes Paulson to cut it off. He throws over and makes the play. One away here in the top of the fourth. Still no score. A lot of goose eggs up on the board. And Hall Thompson, the second baseman, will try to get something going for the Bombers with one out.
And Valka's been a joy to watch. You can hardly tell that he's getting deeper into his outing.
First pitch is fouled away towards the right side. It's 0-1. Valka really in a rhythm here today. 0-1. Curveball. Time was called because a ball came on the field. It's like somebody might have thrown it back from a foul ball or something like that. So it stays 0-1. Valka, deep breath. Now winds and delivers. That one's fouled back into the screen, 0-2. Valka likes the sign and delivers. Swing and a miss on a sweeping breaking ball way outside. Fools Hall Thompson. So the 7th strikeout of the day for Valka. 2 away in the top of the fourth.
And Trey took a lot off of that last curveball. I mean, we've seen a few, but that was of the slower variety. And he had Thompson way out in front and a lot of late movement.
So now it's Rodriguez, the shortstop, trying to get something going with 2 for the Bombers. Curveball outside, 1-0.
Well, they tried to go back to the well with the exact same pitch.
Here's the 1-0. Fastball, top half of the zone, 1-1 now. Valka moving a little bit quicker now. The 1-1 curveball catches the inside edge. Nice front door curve. Here comes the 1-2. Another curve, that time outside. 2-2 now, 2 away. 0-0 in the top of the fourth. Valka winds and delivers. Called, strike 3 right down the middle. And that'll end the inning. 8 strikeouts for Valka through 4 innings. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still no score from Palm Springs. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
get ready for the bottom of the fourth in this scoreless game. On this date, ladies and gentlemen, January 30th in 1919, the Reds hired Pat Moran as manager, and no word was received from manager Christy Mathewson. Had no idea about it, and he was still in France serving the United States Army. It must have been an awkward situation back in 1919. Probably a difficult phone call you'd have to make, too.
So Gonzalez, it actually will be Ho, the second baseman. He had a double and ended up getting thrown out at the plate back in the second inning. And again, thank you for the history lesson over here, Evan. We always love when you add that into the broadcast. That one's up high 2-0.
You know, Danny, with that in mind, I'm curious now what kind of phones they were using in 1919.
Well, definitely not the kind we use today. Here's a 2-0. That one's called strike. It's 2-1. Ho had that shot over the center fielder Coleman's head. Probably the hardest hit ball of the game so far. The 2-1. Up and out, 3-1. Rubel back up there for his second inning of work. He's got 2 Ks already. Here's a 3-1. That one's grounded sharply up the middle. Shortstop dives, makes the play, Rodriguez, but it trickles away from him. So a nice athletic diving stop, but nothing doing. It'll be an infield single for Ho. He's 2 for 2.
And a couple of hard-hit balls coming off the bat of Chopin Ho, seeing the ball pretty well today. And it looks like outside of radio or making calls on the radio internationally didn't start until 1927, so you would have had to rely on notes and telegrams, I guess.
Well, we're so lucky today, Evan, to have all this technology. That one's up high. It's 1-0 to Kramer, the left fielder. That one's chopped off of himself, Kramer. It's 1-1. Herb awaits on deck. He had a single that would have scored a run if not Coleman throwing him out at home. 1-1 is inside and hits Kramer, so that's the second time today he's been hit by a pitch. It'll be first and second, nobody out, still no score in the bottom of the fourth.
Well, as Tom Baith goes out to talk to Rubel, who was it that got hit 4 times yesterday? Was it Bucchino? No.
I think it was.
It wasn't Bucchino.
Was it Bucchino? I don't know. I forget.
It was Crossan. Our analytics guy, Hunter, informed us that it was Crossan who got hit 4 times in as many chances by a pitch yesterday, and that Chill gave against MLB China.
So a meeting on the mound. Herb waits for his AB. Fan Sports Clips are the pros in men's hair. They have cutting-edge stylists and hairstyles to give you a championship haircut. Make sure to go check out their signature haircut service, the MVP haircut experience, which includes a precision haircut hot towel, massaging shampoo, and neck and shoulder treatment.
It's a familiar-looking spot that we saw in the second, Danny, with Herb at the plate and runners aboard.
Oh, that one's inside on Herb. Manages to get out of the way. It's 1-0.
Fortunate that time from Brandon. Much more difficult matchup, lefty on lefty. He's kind of starting to lean towards the pitch as if he's going to swing, so I don't think he picked it up real well out of the hand of Rubel.
Rubel checks on the runner at second and delivers outside. 2-0 now. A lot of good pitching so far in this game. Some good hitting, but also good defense. Still no score. 2-0. Fouled away. It's 2-1 now. Herb, we talked about it in his last at-bat. Really funky swing. He transfers all of his weight to the front side when he swings, so he ends leaning over. Here's a 2-1. Up high, 3-1 now. Rubel just trying to get an out. A ground ball would be helpful as well. Maybe turn 2.
I'm looking back towards that outer half of the plate on this 3-1 pitch for Herb. At least the past couple of hitters, Nathan Rubel's has best command going away from the left-handed hitters.
Lefty on lefty. Herb awaits the 3-1. Hitters count. Here's the pitch. That one's chopped back to the pitcher. And he drops it. Rubel couldn't handle it. Was going to go look for third. But Gonzalez wasn't there to cover the bag for the force. And that's going to go down as an error on Rubel. And whether he turned to throw it to first or was trying to go to third there, he did drop the ball. So the bases will be loaded here with nobody out. And Joseph Bagneris, the shortstop, who popped up to third, will try to get things going for the Power. First pitch is a called strike. It's 0-1.
I understand you're trying to stay away from the big inning if you're Tom Bates and the Bombers, but curious decision to have the middle infielders playing back to turn 2, especially how much they've struggled offensively.
Big swing and a miss from Bagneris, and it's quickly 0-2.
He's going to have to take something off of that swing now. Good to see the aggressiveness early in the count, but you're behind 0-2. You have to find a way to get a ball in play, especially with the middle infield giving you a run.
Here's the 0-2. That one's chopped off his own foot. So we'll do it again.
Yeah, those hurt. Those hurt, Danny, especially no shin guard for Bonaris. Especially, I know the weather's nice out here, but early in the season, March and April, you foul one of those off or get it off your foot. When it's cold out, those hurt a ton.
That stings. No doubt about that one. So still 0-2. Bases loaded, nobody out here for the Power. Rubel ready. He delivers. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for the strikeout. So a big first out for Rubel after the error. And now it's Lynn, the DH.
Smart for Nathan after getting a couple swing throughs on pitches up in the zone. And after you get the foul ball off the leg of Bonaris, go back up in the zone and away from him.
So Lynn will take a strike right down the middle, 0-1. He struck out swinging back into second. And Walsh, the leadoff hitter, waits on deck. Here comes the 0-1 from Rubel. It's up high, 1-1. No runs, 3 hits and an error for each of these teams so far. Rubel deals. That one's up high as well, 2-1.
We've had great fortune, Danny. Just routinely competitive games, generally coming down to only a run or two at the end.
Yeah, not a lot of blowouts thus far.
The only one we had here was we had an 8-0 game on opening day, and then other than that, a 4-run game was the next closest thing to a blowout.
2-1 pitch is down low, 3-1. If you're Rubel, anything to avoid the walk here and give him a free run.
And you got to be very aggressive in the strike zone, especially with the 9th hitter, Pinon Lynn.
3-1 pitch, chopped to short. Rodriguez picks it up, flips to Hall Thompson, over to first to get him. 4-2 It's actually a 6-4-3 double play. What a play to end the inning with the bases loaded. Rubel gets out of the jam. We stay scoreless. We go to the top of the fifth. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
We're back for the top of the fifth inning from Palm Springs. And Garrett Gonzalez will lead it off, the third baseman. He pops it up. Battling the sun is Bagneris, the shortstop, but he makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the new pitcher. This is Welsher. And Jimmy Welsher, the lefty, has had a few innings of work so far. And Trey Valka, the hard-throwing right-hander for the Power, as that one's in there, called strike 1, 0-1 on Murakami. Trey Valka, 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, and 8 strikeouts. So a really good day for him. 0-2 now after the called strike. And Welsher deals. That one's a curveball down low, 1-2 now.
And for the kind of development that you're looking for in the CWL, it's the exact outing that you want from Valka. You got to see him deal a little bit, got to see him work around some trouble, some higher stress pitches, because that's what you need during the summer.
That one's up the middle, a base hit. So Murakami continues to hit, his second hit of the day, 2 for 2. And back to the top of the order for the Bombers, Dylan Smith. Smith has struck out twice today, looking to make some sort of contact in this AB. And he's got a new pitcher Welsher, to deal with. Murakami, standard lead off of first, and Welsher checks on him.
You wonder if we'll see Murakami take off, especially runs. Well, no one's scored yet. They've been very tough to come by.
Well, now Murakami's got a big lead over there at first. Shuffles back, and the pitch is in there. And it's 0-1 on Smith. Welsher steps off as Murakami heads back to first. Wilshire with a baby blue glove out there. Here's the 0-1. That one's chopped to third. Paulson picks it up, slings it to second. Ho on to first. He got him. 5-4-3 double play to end the inning for the Power. And a quick one for the new pitcher, Wilshire. We go to the bottom half of the fifth. Still no score. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning from Palm Springs. Still no score. And a new pitcher for the Bombers, Shuto Yamada. And first pitch is chopped over to third. Gonzalez charges on the throw. He gets him. And a nice play to start the inning for the Bombers. 1 away.
Well, you look at the double plays, 2 straight innings, the outfield assist from Junior Coleman, some good plays from the third baseman. Defense has been awesome today.
Yeah, defense and pitching. And shows it can help limit runs. So here's Vincent, the center fielder. He takes a ball. It's 1-0. Speeding through this ball game. As that one's fouled away, it's 1-1. Still all zeros on the board. 4 hits for the Bombers, 3 for the Power, and an error apiece. That one's fouled back into the screen, 1-2.
So Murakami's playing so deep in right, he might be able to shake hands with the wall. He is way out there.
Here comes the 1-2 to Vincent, and he softly lines one into left field. And that'll be caught for the second out of the inning. So a quick 2 outs for Yamada. And now it's Paulson, who has walked twice and stolen a base. That one's chopped over to short. Rodriguez handles it with ease and gets him out by a step. So a quick bottom of the half of the fifth inning for Yamada, the new pitcher. We go to the sixth, still scoreless here from Palm Springs. You're listening to California Winter League Baseball.
Elmer's Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Back for the 6th inning here from Palm Springs. Scoreless game here and a very quick one. The new pitcher for the Bombers, Yamada, who played left earlier in the game, will lead it off for the Bombers. And Welsher back up there on the mound for the Power. That one's right back at Welsher. He makes a nice play, runs over to first and flips it on there for out number 1. So both of these last 2 half innings, first out is on the first pitch.
And sometimes when offense is difficult to come by, it can be a good approach to go after that first pitch. But when it doesn't work out, boy, it gets a lot easier for that pitching staff.
Here's McCain Mason, the catcher. And that one's popped up into left field. In comes Kramer battling. The sun is under it and makes the grab. So 2 pitches, 2 outs for Welsher. Still no score, top of the 6th. And Jordan Smith, the big right-handed hitter at the plate. And if there's anybody on this field who can break a tie in one swing, it's him. That one's on the outside edge. 0-1 now is the count.
On this Bombers team, at least for one game, has grown used to pitchers' duels with a 1-0 victory in extra innings a couple days ago.
Next one's down and out, 1-1. And we are really flying through these middle innings here, Evan. The 1-1 is fouled back, 1-2.
Well, you have a guy out there with Jimmy Welsher who is working quickly. All the pitchers today have had a pretty reasonable tempo, and as soon as somebody gets a guy on base, they get erased, it seems.
Here's the 1-2. That one's check swing, chopped to first, and on to first is Welsher for the end of the inning. So a quick one. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still no score. You're listening to the California Winter League. We'll be right back.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here from Palm Springs Stadium. Still no score. We've been flying through this ball game, Evan. Yamada's back on the mound after the quick inning last inning. And leading it off for the Power will be the catcher, Brock Rudy. First pitch to Rudy is fouled into the dugout of the Bombers. It's 0-1.
Seemed like it hasn't mattered the speed of the pitch, what kind of movement the pitch has, whether they have guys on bases. Just not a lot of balls hit hard.
Here comes the 0-1. And that one's up and outside, 1-1. Fans, to keep up to date with everything California Winter League, follow us on social media. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2. California Winter League on Instagram and on Twitter, Cal Winter League, or visit our website at californiawinterleague.com. The 1-2. Ephus pitch is popped up into shallow left field. Evan Laurie, the new left fielder, comes in and makes the catch. One away.
That pitch came in at 50 miles an hour. Not 55, not 60, 50. I can't remember the last time I've seen a pitch that slow at any level.
Well, it was so slow I realized in real time that it wasn't a curveball. It had to be an Ephus. So here's Ho, the second baseman. Takes the ball outside. It's 1-0.
I wonder how Yamada held that pitch. What kind of grip he had.
That one is called a strike on the outside edge, 1-1. I would guess he does the forkball method, or maybe just palms it. I don't know. Here's the 1-1. That one's cracked high and deep into center field. Coleman under it and makes the grab near the warning track. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Still no score. And here comes Kramer, the left fielder.
Junior Coleman really is a pleasure to watch patrolling center field. Just looks so smooth, so free and easy, patrolling all that space.
First pitch to Kramer is fouled into the screen. Yeah, Coleman, not an easy job to play center field here at Palm Springs Stadium. A big ballpark, 350 in the corners, about 375 in the gaps, and 400 in center. Here's the 0-1. That one's way up high, 1-1.
Wind might have also knocked that down a bit too. Flags are back at full tilt.
Here's the 1-1. That one's popped up. Foul ground on the left side. Over comes Gonzalez and dives on the bullpen mound. He doesn't make the grab, but a great effort there from the third baseman.
And that was just about all Garrett Gonzalez could have done. I think he might have had a beat on that, but it gets a lot more difficult once you start climbing the bullpen mounds.
Yeah, it's like the hill they used to have in Houston at Minute Maid Park.
I miss that hill. I really do. I don't know why they got rid of it.
Well, injuries would probably be the biggest reason. Here's the 1-2. That one's into shallow center. And the shortstop, Rodriguez, will come over to make the catch. End of the inning, we go to the 7th. Still no score from Palm Springs. We'll be right back. You're listening to the California Winter League.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
All right, we're in the top of the seventh inning. Still no score here from Palm Springs Stadium. And Junior Coleman, the center fielder, will try to get things going. He laces one up the middle. Diving stop by the shortstop, Bagneries, but it's not in time. And that's going to be an infield hit for Coleman, who was hustling down the line. And a much-needed base runner for the Bombers here late.
Excellent effort from Joseph Bagneries. And he has a fantastic arm, too, coming from shortstop. I think a good throw might have had Coleman, but difficult play all the way around.
Hall Thompson pops one up, shallow right field. Herb hustling in, and it's going to drop right in front of him. No man's land out there as Ho, the second baseman, couldn't get there, and that's 2 hits in a row on 2 very softly hit balls.
And it looked like Herb at the last second ended up calling off the second baseman, Xiaopin Ho, because I think Ho might have had it lined up. Maybe Herb was just assuming he'd have a play at second, but after the bobble, no chance to get Coleman trying to advance.
So runners on first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. No score. The Bombers trying to get on the board here late.
I think you almost have to bunt if you're Rodriguez.
Well, it's Rodriguez, the shortstop. That's a back pick to second base. And the shortstop, Bagneries, jumped over the runner, Hall Thompson, or actually Coleman, to make the pick.
Bagneries is one heck of an athlete, isn't he? He did about 4 things at once just to prevent the ball from going into center.
Here's the 0-1. That one's up high. It's 1-1. Well, sure. With a couple of quick innings to start his day, dealing with some trouble here in the 7th. Takes a look at Coleman and delivers. That one's in there. 1-2 now. Rodriguez struck out twice today, one swinging, one looking.
I know these guys all want to show that they can hit, of course, but during the regular season, this is a clear bunting situation.
1-2 sharply over to second. Ho flips to Bagneries. Bagneries to first, way over the head of Walsh. Here comes Coleman to score. He will on the throw. And Rodriguez is going to move up to second base. And finally, the tie breaks.
Oh, wow, that was something. So that's going to be 2 errors going down on the play. The first one allowing the run to score, and then the second one to allow the runner to advance to second on the bad throw coming to the plate. So an error on Bagneries, and you'll have an error on the first baseman, Danny Walsh. The Bombers will take it.
So Rodriguez is on second. Gonzalez at the plate. He takes a ball. It's 1-0. Gonzalez lets that one inside. It'll be a strike, 1-1. It's 1-0 Bombers. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd as that one went into the zone. It's 1-2 now. Still nobody out in the top of the 7th. It's actually 1 out. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So that'll be the second out of the inning.
Well, it's a good bounce back, at least from Welsher, to pick up an important second out, trying to limit the damage. I know 1 run feels like 5 runs at this point, but keep it here if you're the Power and you have a chance to tie it or even win it in the bottom half.
First pitch is a big looping breaking ball for a strike to Murakami, the right fielder. He actually is pitching now for the Bombers. Here comes the 0-1. It's a breaking ball, called for a strike, quickly 0-2. Murakami with 2 singles today. Trying to go 3 for 3 here and maybe get this second run in. That one's check swung, served into left field. It will drop. Here comes Gonzalez, a throw to the plate. He got him. Wow. What a deke by the catcher, Rudy. Made it look like the ball wasn't even coming to him. And he made the catch and the tag, so that'll end the inning. Not before the Bombers score on a couple throwing errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th for the Power to try to tie this thing up or possibly win it. You're listening to the California Winter League.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.